Hey girls, hi everyone. Today we are doing a full transformation on these hands. And for the after, we're going to do a clean, thin French manicure. Something elegant that really enhances the natural beauty of the hands. So this is my work after 4 weeks, and honestly everything held up really well. It just looked like the product kind of grew out and shifted down as it should, right? And as always, I'm starting from removal. And since this is my work, I know exactly like what products I used before, and there's no major like liftings. So I remove the product while leaving about 10 or 15% of the previous hard. It's not already the hard gel, it's the base, like 10 to 15% of the base. Just a really small and thin layer so we never touch the natural nail with the carbide bead because it might be harmful, and we only work over the artificial product to avoid any damage to the natural nail plate. After removal, I always check for any liftings. If everything looks good, we move on to the next, to the manicure, to actual manicure. I take an orange stick, wood stick, and gently push back the cuticle, making sure there is no adhesions. This step is super important because if you skip it, you can affect the final result. You could even accidentally, not of course not on purpose, accidentally hurt your client, because later if you want to try to remove it with a drill bit, it's much easier to do and like safer to properly open the cuticle pocket before from the start. Now with the orange wood stick. And once everything is prepped, I apply baby powder. I know you will ask why, so I already have a full video about it on my channel. Check this pop-up, I explain everything there. Next, I'm using the diamond bead, a blue flame. It's kind of like more stronger than the red one. Again, but I work in my usual technique. First the left side on all nails, then the right side. I work very carefully here, especially if there are any hangnails, and we do have the hangnails on these hands, so I gently pull the skin back with my thumb so I can clearly see what I'm doing. This really helps with precision and safety. And mostly I'm working in the assembly line technique. I go from the center to the left side. I know other nail techs do it differently, but honestly, just what I used to do. I've been doing it this way for like 6-7 years, so it works for me. And after that, I'm gonna switch the nail drill bit to the other position, to the reverse mode, and I'm gonna finish the right side. And even though I'm using a slightly more aggressive bit, I'm still have to be really careful because this is a sensitive area. Oh yes, here I'm switching the direction, the mode on my e-file, and work on the right side, starting from the center and moving outward. And yeah, I'm gonna continue, like, even though I'm using the slightly more aggressive bit, I still have to be really careful because the cuticle area is super sensitive one. I see a lot of new clients coming with the damaged nails, and I feel the worst thing is damaging the matrix, because this condition for nails is going to be permanent. So always remember the responsibility we have as nail technicians. Okay, once manicure is done, I remove all the dust and check everything and move on to the cuticle removal. And again, I use my favorite method, fully e-file manicure with no cutting tools, just a barrel bit. I work from the one side. I'm kind of like moving the client's hand a little bit, working from one side to the center and then to the other side. And again, using my assembly line technique. If there are any hangnails and you are not confident removing them with a bead, it's better to use the nippers carefully. And in this case, yes, we do have a hangnails on few nails. I removed everything just with a bit. But again, if you are not confident, it's better use nippers or scissors to remove the hangnails separately, and then just like polish it a little bit with the barrel bit, instead of you're gonna like a torn skin of the client, and it's gonna be much more painful. All right, and we are done with manicure. One is done. I clean everything, rinse slightly with just water, and then wipe it with alcohol. And look how clean and neat this result looks already. It's already so satisfying. Of course, I'm taking some picture with macro lens. Now I'm gonna show you the result from the macro lens. Here we go. So yeah, the Russian manicure technique is so perfect. And next step is a base application. I'm using a P&B base that I really like. It's really balanced for me, not too thick and not too runny, and it works well on most clients. I apply a really thin layer on all 5 nails, and I'm trying to kind of like rub it to the nail plate, making sure there's no flooding, and then I'm gonna apply send the client to cure it into the lamp. And while one hand is curing, I prep my hard gel, and today I'm using BU in the shade Caramel Mist. I already like showed you. You can take a screenshot. I really love these gels. They are self-leveling nicely, but don't run too much, you know. And I always start with the thumbs. It's kind of a little life hack for you guys. The thumbs often don't cure properly, so it doesn't matter is it a hard gel or a gel color. Mostly they should to cure properly, but often they don't cure properly. So if you start with them, they get extra time in the lamp, because you're gonna do the thumb and then the other nails, so it would have the extra time. And again, I'm applying the hard gel using this zigzag motion, starting with a slip layer first, and then gonna distribute the product side to side. And for now, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's a hard gel, and I'm still gonna file it later. Okay, I'm done with the thumb. Now I'm gonna put this into the lamp. And for other fingers, I usually work 2 at a time. So the same process is gonna be the same process, slip layer, then I'm gonna do like Christmas tree motions from one side to another one. The product gonna distribute it like by itself, because it's not too thick hard gel. So yeah. Also guys, make sure, because sometimes clients they don't think the way that we are thinking like a nail technicians. Make sure to say your client, like let them know to keep their hands straight in the lamp, so the gel don't shift on the one side more than another one, because sometimes they're not doing this like on purpose to make you angry or something, but sometimes they're just not thinking the way we are thinking, because we know this knowledges, we have this knowledges, they're not like, it's not the part of their profession. So just let them know before to put nails into the lamp to cure. Let them know, just make a little, you know, like announcement before, put the nails straight into the lamp. All right, we are done with this. After curing, I remove the sticky layer and move on to the filing. Here is, in this particular case, the shape here is minimal, just referring the thickness of the hard gel, yes, and making everything even and symmetrical. Yeah, just to make sure every nail looks alike like the other one on this hand, so it doesn't look different, completely different. Yeah, because sometimes, and especially compare the nails from the other hand also, because sometimes I see for example, the left hand is much shorter than the right hand. It also can happen with me, so just make sure they're even on both hands, like all 10 of them are even. And here I'm gonna file the underneath using the needle bit. It called like needle, but it's much a little bit thickness to clean up the natural nail, to remove the natural nail underneath and make everything neat. And also you can use this drill bit if you need to clean the nail. Sometimes the clients come in with natural nail, and yes, natural nails are absorbing everything. So we're just like cleaning them just a little bit. And here's I remove all dust and cleanse again and prep for the next step. And before I'm gonna do the French, I'm gonna apply a very like the thinnest layer that you can imagine. I'm gonna apply a thin layer of the base, regular rubber base. So if you have the rubber base that you don't like, that cheapen or not wearness, doesn't have a good wearness for clients, now it's time to use this base, because we need just a really small amount to cover all these filing marks, and it's gonna be like a smooth surface for French. Because sometimes when you apply the like white gel after the straight after the filing, it might looks like a spider net, so to avoid this, I'm just apply the base a little bit, then cure this, and then I'm gonna draw the French. And actually I'm now drawing the French. We're gonna do very thin natural looking line. A lot of clients think you need a long nails for French manicure, but actually that's not true. A thin, delicate French looks beautiful even on short nails. I follow the natural smile line and paint all nails at once since they're short, and then cure. And here I'm using my favorite P&B brush. I also do have a separate video about my top brushes. It's just a 5. Check it out if you're interested. And once I'm happy, like I'm check every nail so it looks alike, and once I'm happy with it, I'm sending the client to cure it into the lamp. And the next step, it's final step, it's a top coat. And of course it should be thin layer. Just apply the thin layer, cure it, and we are done. Probably no more steps, right? And of course we're gonna take some beautiful pictures, especially using the macro lens or regular shots for my Instagram. So make sure to follow me. My handle has been on the screen this whole time. It's right here. And probably that's it. This is finished. I'm just gonna apply extra like cuticle care, cuticle oil, and enjoy this clean, elegant result. And guys, please let me know in the comments, what do you think? Did you like it, and was it helpful? I personally love this kind of French. It looks so clean and instantly elevates the hands even on short nails. And I will see you in the next videos. Bye!